Good morning. It's Saturday, September 21st, 2024 here in Sarasota, Florida. That's the Gregorian matrix date, the date on the 13 moon galactic calendar. We are in the third month of this year called the electric moon of service, and we are on electric 2, the second day of the third month already of the new galactic Dreamspell calendar year. Okay, so this is going to be brief. Really struggling getting used to having somebody in my home. Nothing personal, but I want to live alone. And if and when I live again with somebody else, the ideal circumstance will be if I am indeed intended to have any sort of life partner. I'm not holding my breath on that, but I'm also not shutting the door on that possibility. But what this experience of a friend needing a place is showing me very quickly is because of where my world of work is still, because of the fact that my office is my home, I do not enjoy having to navigate anybody but myself and my cat. That may sound spoiled, and that's okay. This is something I have worked extremely, extremely hard for. It's something I value. It doesn't make any sense why I feel like I have to apologize for loving, desiring, and wanting my own space. But I'm just kind of working through a lot of that right now as I enter the second week of having somebody in my home that isn't my lifetime partner. Second huge thing I'm dealing with in the moment, the glaring fact that I still have a remarkably hard time being as opposed to doing. And realizing the mixed message I am very much sending God, spirit, universe, cosmos, divine, all that is. Because a very big part of me understands, believes, knows, accepts that at our essence, we don't have to do anything, that it really is. I desire way more being than I've been able to do and be. See, look at we squeeze the do in even when we're talking about being. We even make being a doing activity. I desire a lot more room, space, time, opportunity to just be. And yet, as spirit gives me this, I fight it and resist it because this week was not, there was not a whole lot of doing in any way that seems productive by those what I call the old paradigm standards, the paradigm I'm breaking from, the habits I'm breaking from, the ones that I don't want to choose. I'm not intending to pass judgment, but I understand balance now. I understand what it means to slow down. I feel and experience and witness how much richness there is in any given moment if one is allowed to be fully present in that moment. There's so much marrow of life to be enjoyed, to be sucked, in that moment. And our world doesn't really allow for that in the way that I want. And so I've been given that this week, albeit in sort of a backwards way, right? And I'm fighting it and I'm resisting it. And so that is another glaring thing that I'm facing and just trying to have grace with myself, but also be real about, okay, well, you're telling the universe you want more of this, but you're getting more of it and then you're fighting it. So which is it? Because, Cosmos Divine is saying, I'm doing all I can here. I'm giving you exactly what you ask for. You're kind of mucking it up because you're sending mixed messages. So that's a really powerful thing to be present in. Also, for a period of days, I think 4 days, I was down both cars, both of my old cars. That is way more than what it appears on the surface. Both cars, between the two of them, I was dealing with alignment issues, issues with my wheels, balance, and in the green car's case, my key ignition completely locked up. Like The key can go in, but does not turn at all. And so when you think of that, as I do, multi-layered, multidimensionally, and knowing and believing that it means way more than what it is on the surface. So if I look at those things literally and also metaphorically, that's a pretty powerful message. I'm smack dab face to face with alignment issues, with balance issues, with keys. Having the key, it fits, but not yet turning it over. My wheels, I'm spinning, I'm going, but I'm not really going. There's some imperfections here, so it's very powerful. So, not to mention the practical fact of being down two cars and being the person that provides rides for more than one person in my life to various appointments that they have. So that was a very real aspect, is a very real aspect still of what I'm dealing with this week. So that sort of covers it. I just wanted to gather a little smidget because I'm still learning my. I don't want to call him my roommate, but I guess he is my housemate. I'm still learning his schedule, and it's just been very tough for me. It's very tough because I have been used to now for well over a year this round. And this latest round had revealed, if you remember, I had lived with my ex, but we weren't dating. And I lived with him prior to this last round of booting him out and being alone again. And so there was a whole nother layer of reconciliation within myself and understanding of myself that I had to go through after that round of trying to live with someone and that particular someone again. And so it was, I'm grateful for this. I know the right thing is to give my friend this opportunity, and he's paying, so it's not like I'm getting a fair amount for the exchange, if you will. But what I'm learning is, as with almost everything in my life, I can't put a dollar value amount. I really can't put a dollar value amount on things. And I really can't put a dollar value amount on how important my space is. And being able to have phone calls with friends in the moment that they happen, being able to do Zoom calls, being able to do recordings. To date, I haven't done a single recording with somebody else in the house at the same time as me. And I have now had a couple of Zoom calls with my new roommate, with friends while my new roommate was in the house. And I want this to be what it's supposed to be for me and what it's supposed to be for him. And I'm working on what that time frame is. I'm open to it being as much of as a year, but that's right now sounding to me like forever. So that is the hardest piece that has really kind of thrown me off. And like I said, it's nothing personal. It wouldn't matter who was occupying that room or what they were paying, I would be feeling this. So I'm just trying to really soften it, honor what I feel, but then make it the best story possible. And then communicate, the story I'm trying to create with the person with whom, within the space that I'm trying to create that story, and what the circumstances, what would be the dream circumstances for him, for me, in what we try to kind of collaborate on energetically, as we both have these, it's clearly a transition for him. And by virtue of it happening in my space, it's a form of a transition for me as well. And I really just want to make it the best thing, but also I'm not trying to make my journey any harder than I need it to be. And I don't need the assistance that his money is. It's great, but I don't need it. And that's a big shift in my world too. Um, Finally beginning to have options that make it so that I don't have to settle for some of the things that I've been settling for. So anyhow, I don't know that any of this will get used. I just wanted to capture a little bit of the energy and a little bit of why I haven't been doing any recordings. So it's all good. It's all fantastic. But it has been an intense week. And with the full moon and the partial lunar eclipse, yes, it was an intense week, and for multiple people with whom I've spoken to this week. So, to all of us out there, here's to continuing to push through. and do what we have to do and have as much patience with ourselves as we can, and compassion for ourselves. And here's to just getting through to the other side where it gets a little lighter and happier, and the lessons are perhaps going to be learned with a little bit more joy and ease than the ones that were learned this week. Okay, have a great day.